So, no wacky antics this time? What's going on? No, actually not this time, unfortunately, Not made of props, and I need to weed out the videos that don't really need them. Do you get it? Because, weed out, and we're going to cover the Weedle line today, so, Weedle. Do you understand? Yep, okay, got it. Can we just get started, please? Yeah, this can evolve. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, depending on where you are in your day, and I hope you've had a fantastic day up until this point, and thank you very much for joining me here at the PokeBails. So today we'll be spearing on ahead with the Kanto Pokemon and the meanings of their names, with the next evolution line after the Caterpie line, which is the Weedle line. So as always, we have Weedle, Kakuna, and Beedrill. And again, being part of the original 151, I think they are going to be pretty recognizable, and the meanings of the names most likely are pretty easily understood. The names, however, in this naming line are fairly simple and quite straightforward, both in the English and the Japanese, so there won't be too much brain strain on this one, so let's just get involved. So first off, we have Weedle, and Weedle's name is pretty simple. You're just taking worm and a needle and polymerizationing the two to form Weedle. And likely what this is referencing is obviously just Weedle being a worm covered in needles. Weedle's name in Japanese is Beedoru, which does sound kind of similar and actually sounds a bit similar to Beedrill, saying it out loud, but it is similar in the fact that the second half of the name means pretty much the same thing as the second half of the English name. So the first part of Beedoru is coming from the Japanese word bee, which I think you can pretty much make out what that means. It literally means bee. And so the second part of Beedoru is coming from Nidoru, which I think you can also kind of hear or make out what that is, and that is needle. It's just taking the English needle and borrowing it into the Japanese language. So bee and Nidoru making Beedoru. And I think this is more referencing what is to come in the evolution line, being a bee covered in needles. So naturally next in the evolution line we have Kakuna, and Kakuna's name is simple enough. You're just corrupting and transforming the word cocoon, which is that next stage in the metamorphosis cycle, which we covered with Metapod. However, if you're standing, you might want to sit down and take a few notes for the Japanese name of Kakuna, because it is one of the more complex ones out there, and Kakuna's name in Japanese is
cocoon.
And that's literally just cocoon borrowed into the Japanese language. Anyhow, finally we have the final evolution in the evolution line, which is Beedrill. And Beedrill's name in English is, again, pretty straightforward. You're combining bee with drill, which is what it is, a bee with those drill appendages. And Beedrill's name in Japanese is also pretty straightforward. It is spear, which I think you can sort of hear what that is. It means spear. So again, pretty dope, just throwing away all bee puns and getting straight down into what it is, a bee that just spears its way through things. But there we have it. As I said, just a really simple line of names. Just go through once again so we know what they are. So we have Weedle as Beedoru, Kakuna as
cocoon,
and Beedrill as spear. But now with that naming line done and out of the way, in the next episode we'll be covering a personal favorite of mine, and that is the original OG bird type Pokemon, the Pidgey line. But again, just want to say thank you very much for joining me here. Always appreciate it, and if you want to see the next episodes to come in the series and you enjoyed it, consider leaving a subscription. But otherwise, I hope you have the best rest of the day, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.